Much love back once again. And I know you're doing great because you're alive and breathing. And if you're listening to the sound of my voice, I know you're a powerful brother and a powerful sister. And thank you, my soldiers and soldierettes. Salute. EBX cares. Have no fear. Foot soldier here. And I know you have reached your higher self because we are listening to each other. We feel each other's spirits. And I say, ladies and gentlemen, gravitate and generate that spirit of happiness. It's a wonderful feeling. And it's a great gift. It's a gift that keeps on giving. And keeps you remembering the times, the things that you hung on to that were righteous, that got you to where you are or where we are right now. And that's why I always give those honors to my ancestors, my grandparents, my mom and dad. May my dad rest in peace and in power. And my mom still here and vibrant. And may any of you that had anyone that you held dear that brought value to your life, whether they're here, may they stay strong and prosperous. But if they're past, may they rest in peace and in power. And that's how you develop that spirit of happiness. It's a wonderful, wonderful gift, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can, we can keep that spirit of happiness as much as we can possibly can. Whatever it takes, whatever you got to do to keep that happiness within your psyche, in your spirit, and staying in your system. Because that's what it's all about. It's no such thing as weak to an enlightened individual. Keep moving and don't get distracted by the things that are laid out for us to be distracted by. Keep it going. Stay focused. Because remember, a lot of sharks out here in this ocean. So that's why we have to stay deep. Always stay going deep. And we'll never drown. We'll never have to worry about not being able to see. Because when you keep your mind open and you keep expressing what's inside of you, that's how you keep that spirit of happiness. Of course, this always isn't an easy thing to do, but it can become easy. It can become second nature when we study this on a daily basis. And this is something a lot of us have learned along the way. We've learned to create our happiness. We don't wait for it. You don't have to look for it. Create in whatever world you're in, wherever you are right now. Create your own happiness as long as it's righteous. I always got to throw that in there. As long as you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting no one else. Always gravitate toward anything that's positive, even in the most challenging or what we think difficult times. If we're led by the truth, by our Creator, we have nothing to worry about. Storms won't even come near us, because when you got the gift of observation, you will see storms before they even get near you. Like I say, take on that spirit of an eagle. I have a podcast on here about that. And there's many other teachers that teach on that subject, and there's many other individuals. Remember, we all are reaching for that same goal, and that's that inner peace. At the end of the day, that's what most of us are looking for. That inner peace, that happiness to keep us whole and keep us sane. Because a lot of us have said this, and I've said this before. The new wealth today is having your health and having your sanity. And self-therapy, whatever that is, whatever cleanses you, whatever keeps you on the right path and keeping righteous things in your heart and want to see righteous things in others, that's what you stick to. That's what you hang on to. And a lot of things you will encounter, especially when you're going strong and full throttle on a path. That's why self-awareness is such a vital thing in all of us, brothers and sisters. So we can be ready for those things that come out off the left that we're not ready for. We always got to stay in anticipation mode, and that's not being paranoid. No, it's a difference between staying ready and being paranoid. There's a big difference, because if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So it can be done, but you have to go through a studying process. You have to go through a self-awareness process when you come to different situations. Person, place, or thing. Always assess yourself first before you give into an emotion that we might get from time to time, because we got to watch those impulses and learn from those that are abroad. I'm talking Hollywood, the industry, social media. If you're a real covert and real deep observer, you will see a lot. Because if you got too much noise, and I've said this on a video, I got a video called The Power of a Silent Alpha Male. And I'm not one that's looking for views or subscribers, but you can use your views sometimes to kind of, mediate and dissect your videos, because you can see what people are really dealing with by different things, different videos that they watch and respond to. And that's the video that I have, The Power of a Silent Alpha Male. And it's for females too, also. And, they can draw something from that, because I'm sure we got silent alpha females too. And we are some of the best observers, those that are not quick to go with the trends and jump on the bandwagons and go with the rest of the crowd. Because when you have that deep spirit of happiness within yourself, and you satisfied with what the Creator has given you, and you still appreciate others' successes, and you still show love, and you're still humble, and you have that humility spirit. Once you got those things in you, life will become a breeze, my brothers and sisters. And take times off social media. You don't have to do things that everybody else is doing, which is nothing against no one else, but we have to be our own individual. If we can't be ourselves, if things, entity, places, things, or people can't respect you for who you are, then what's life worth living for? I mean, real talk. You can't go through life being something else or someone else. Now, we can be inspired by those, but we have to have our own original journey in this life. And one thing I've noticed about a lot of us, which it could be our family members, our friends, brothers and sisters we connect with outside social media or on social media, and especially when it comes to melanated brothers and sisters, a lot of us do resignate. And our resignation is so powerful, it would almost seem like we're copying each other. Now, if we got good, strong discernment, we can tell who's copying and who's just resignate. Because I see it all the time, and it's almost scary sometimes how powerful our resignation is. And that's another thing I if I don't do a video on it, I would like to see other brothers or sisters do a video on resignation. Because I don't think we really realize how powerful our resignation really is. And it's a wonderful thing to see. And like I said, just got to weed through the weeds on this social media jungle. But if you got deep, strong, powerful discernment, you don't have to worry about any of that, because it will put yourself in a paranoid state. Don't put yourself in a paranoid state. Stay with that gift that keeps on giving, and manifest that spirit. Keep manifesting that spirit of happiness, because not only do we have to fight to get, once we get to that spirit of happiness, we also have to fight to maintain it. Because there's a lot of things on the outside, especially these days, that will tap into your spirit sometimes. Because we still got this human flesh. We got this human body. And what do I always say, ladies and gentlemen? The body always follows the mind. So at all fucking cost, keep your fucking psyche straight. cleansed, educated, fixed, and shaped. Always pay attention to your psyche because that's the root of a lot of the problems in the world. Impulses and not paying attention to our psyche, not playing out scenarios, really like going deep and seeing consequences of our actions before we react. And not only do we see this in young brothers and sisters, we also see a lot of this in adults. And and this is facts because we see it abroad on social media and in Hollywood. And I've said this on a few podcasts back. Mental illness is real. And the most dangerous mental illness is those that are reckless and harming themselves and those around them and don't know that they're mentally ill. That's the most dangerous. And especially those that act off their impulses. And that's something you'll hear me talk about a lot. And I try not to bring it up on every video or podcast, but that's the most important thing I think that will fix a lot of individuals if we studied our impulses, because it's connected to our soul, our spirit, and our well-being. And once you do act off an evil impulse or an embarrassing impulse, and this can go for any individual, I'm speaking in general, but it is the most dangerous when you got a huge platform and the whole world is viewing you. That's when it is very important to study your impulses. You have to hang on to that integrity. You will thank yourself later. When you keep that spirit of happiness, and having that spirit of happiness is a learning tool. It's just not something to make you feel good. It's just something to keep you connected to the things that'll make you make the right choices in life. When you stay connected to that gift that keeps on giving, that's keeping that spirit of happiness. Keeping that spirit of happiness will help you to love the things that you do. And it makes you better at what you love when you got that spirit of happiness. And it helps you, spirit of happiness, my brothers and sisters, it gives you the spirit of appreciating others, no matter what's before us. Because, again, the Creator rules overall at the end of the day. So, any challenge that we ever have, my soldiers and soldierettes, salute, go to the Creator. Go to Mother Nature, like I always say. Call down that strength for any situation that we are entering that we sometimes don't overstand. So, that's why I look abroad to different things that happen in Hollywood and social media, and I break it down and I observe it. And, not everybody wants to hear, our opinion, and some do. So that's why I break it down. I talk in code, talk in different ways. Because at one point or another, in some way, we have all been a victim of a little dysfunction and I'll have to say a little mental illness. Some of us, we just had enough willpower and strong enough to learn from our consequences, and we've learned how to anticipate things that can come at us that'll be detrimental to our health and our mental. And a lot of us, we have been through the fucking fire to get to this point. Getting to the point of self-awareness is not an easy battle. And some of us, the most challenging our road was, that's why we so powerful. But I tell you, one thing that'll guide you through, my soldiers and soldierettes, salute, study, and keep that spirit of happiness. Because when you got it within, those around you will feel that good vibe. Even though we're not perfect and we make mistakes. But people might not understand you sometimes, but if you got a good spirit within, they will at least know that you have a good, happy spirit within. And knowing when you're wrong, when you be wrong, admitting when you're wrong. No, we're not always right. We always got to kind of keep that humility spirit. That's what keeps us balanced, and that's what'll keep us being a man and a woman, a brother and a sister, king and a queen, soldier and soldierette. Salute. So that's what I'm passing on, that spirit of happiness to you all who all took the time to come in and listen, because that's what the Creator has given us all this power and all this knowledge and all this overflow of whatever kind of gift we have. He's just overflowing all of us. And we're supposed to pass it on so those behind us can stand tall and learn also. And that's my message. And that's my spirit of happiness. I pass on. No matter what I face, I will deal with any challenge. And to anyone or anything or any place, anyone that I was ever close to, that I loved, that I maybe hurt in the past, apologizing right now. And that's how we cleanse ourselves. Anything I might have missed, you know what I'm saying? That's why we learn every day. Sometimes we miss things. That's why it's good to reflect. We go back and we think about things we might have missed. So I salute to all the reachers and teachers out there, brothers and sisters, that's teaching in an unapologetic way. Salute. And I'm sending that spirit of happiness to all that's seeking to be righteous and want others around them that's connected to them to grow and be strong and be righteous. And remember, fuck self-doubt. No such thing as self-doubt when you got that spirit of happiness. So I give thanks to you brothers and sisters. Thank you for coming in to another EBX discussion. And that's my real thought. That's my positive thought. And I give honor to my children, my children's mothers, my family, the soldiers and soldierettes. Salute the brothers and sisters all over the world. I'm sending that spirit of happiness to everyone, to all, in every part of the world, my melanated family. May you have peace in your part of the world, wherever you are, right now. One.